My newest Feast magazine that is warm off the presses. This is as warm as Menino's warm French bread right out of the oven. It's the January 2016 edition of Feast magazine. The publisher, Kat Neville from Feast magazine, joins us. Good morning, Kat Neville.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Anything new? You were down in Florida with the parents, right?
I was with the Rents, not for New Year's, but for Christmas. And so I ate stone crabs on Christmas Day, which is my favorite thing to eat over Christmas.
Stone crabs.
Have you ever had stone crabs before?
No.
So stone crabs are these crabs that have this large fighting claw. Mm-hmm. And so when it's harvested, you don't kill the crab. It's kind of like a lizard whose tail breaks off when it's fighting. The claw will break off. Mm-hmm. And so you don't kill the crab, but you get to eat this massive claw. So unlike blue crabs where you have to kind of like pick for all the little bits of meat.
Right.
It's delicious.
All right. Is it a Florida delicacy, I'm assuming?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can get it locally in a few places, but it's very difficult to find.
How do you prepare it then?
It's the simplest thing you can imagine. You usually eat it cold. It's like cooked on the boat, delivered to the restaurants, and you just get like with some mustard.
What's it called?
Stone
Stone crab?
Stone crabs.
Stone crabs.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Tasty stuff.
All right, let's get some restaurants around here.
So the January issue of Feast has debuted, and it is our annual Tastemakers issue. And every year we kind of tweak the way that we cover tastemakers, quote unquote. And this year we decided to really focus on trends in the culinary industry and highlight businesses that represent those trends. And so trends include like the rise of craft distilling, ramen explosion, obviously, local furniture design, Southern food, rise in very smart branding. But then also we did fast casual and this kind of like culture of convenience. And so my two picks this week are kind of represent those two trends. And so for fast casual, you've seen it's not fast food. So 10 years ago, it was you could either eat fast food or you went to a sit-down restaurant. And so this fast casual boom really represents kind of a melding of the two, where the quality that you would expect in a sit-down restaurant and the convenience that you want from a fast food place kind of meld together. And locally, there is a chain called Crushed Red,
yes,
which is fantastic. And they have multiple locations, Clayton, Kirkwood, Central West End, but they are franchising across the country. They have one in Colorado. Chris LaRocca is the man really behind this concept, and they are Green Dining Alliance certified. So they're very focused on healthy and environmentally responsible sourcing, and their food is awesome, and it's really, really fun. And so they have all these different chopped salads, and one, for example, is this pear is on fire. With spiced pears, cranberries, bacon, goat cheese, avocado, spinach, and they have this habanero honey dressing. Everything is made. They don't like get bottles of things in. They make everything themselves, and they have other kinds of salads. Include like a steak salad with jalapeno straws, and they have salmon salads. They do a lot of pizzas, and the flatbreads were developed by one of Chris's partners to make it so that they cook very quickly. They're kind of oblong in shape, but they like how a lot of people, it's very thin crust, but it has those wonderful kind of like pops of char on the crust. It's delicious. And then they also do a lot of different soups, and their menus change all the time. So it's fast, it's healthy, and it's inexpensive, and that's what people.
In St. Louis?
Yeah, started here in St. Louis. And
It's
so
great.
It is.
It's
it has
great.
the McGraw stamp of approval.
You told us about
then.
it when it first opened up a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
But it's great. The pizza. I don't think I've ever had the pizza. I've only had the chopped
should.
salads.
And it's wonderful. But what's exciting to see is that we're not just seeing these fast casual concepts coming to St. Louis, but they are starting in St. Louis.
Right.
So Gerard Kraft, everyone knows Gerard and loves Gerard. He, for example, is getting into this like business model with Pirano, which is going to be opening up in downtown. So a lot of folks are kind of dipping their toe into fast casual concepts. But Crushed Red has really not only launched but also grown the concept in a very smart way.
Crushed Red is on Maryland in
the West End.
In the West End.
It's in Kirkwood, and it's also in Clayton. So if you go to crushed-red.com, you can find all their locations.
And if you work there, you've got very strong forearms. Because you have to keep crushing.
That's right.
those
They use
salads.
those mezzalunas, those
Yeah.
Italian choppers, to chop their salads, which helps to like get all the ingredients mixed together. It's
Watching
really
them
good.
make it is half the fun too.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, what else you got?
Okay, so the second one is culture of convenience. And so, kind of along the lines of this fast casual, modern diners want great food, but they don't want to have to spend a lot of time. They don't want to go out of their way necessarily. And so, so that culture of convenience where food is coming to you. So when you are looking at, for example, some of these national companies like Blue Apron, where you have food sent to your door, and you can cook.
Yeah.
There are also new delivery services that are popping up. And one that I think is really great is called Food Peddler. And it's a bike delivery service that is local. And there are other delivery services that you can find. Some, again, are national, and they're
Right.
opening up, offices, quote unquote, here in St. Louis. But Food Peddler is St. Louis born and bred, and they deliver in the kind of that that heart corridor. So the Loop, they do the Central West End, they do Clayton. They're going to be expanding. They've only been open for a couple of years, but the idea is they partner with local restaurants. So when you go to their website, you can go and find all the different restaurants that are partnering with them and order off the regular menu on the restaurant menu.
Right.
Then the Food Peddler guys, they pick it up and they put it into these really awesome insulated bags that they can deliver like lunch for 30 people to an office or dinner for one to your house.
On a bike?
On a bike. And the thing is, when you think about it in an urban setting, bikes are extremely,
Yeah,
they're very efficient.
They can get through traffic
Exactly.
and everything else.
So it's
True.
quicker than a car delivery service where you have to find parking, you have to wait at the stoplights. I mean, bikers should wait at stoplights. They have to follow the rules. Anyway, but it's much more maneuverable and quicker in an urban setting. And so it's really great. And the guys wear these adorable like bike messenger outfits with their really great like Food Peddler branding, and it's just a really again very smart, very of the moment, trending business that is locally born and bred.
How much
But
more does it cost to have these food
Nothing.
peddlers? Nothing.
No, that's a deal that's worked out between Food Peddler and
the restaurant.
So it's not like a $10
Wow,
extra
that's great.
fee or really?
I don't believe so.
Foodpeddler.com?
Yeah. Yes.
Foodpeddler.com.
I think so.
Are they in St. Charles or no?
No.
Coming
they
to
are
a
not
se-
in Cottleville.
Coming
yet.
to
Benton
Cottleville
Park?
soon.
Are they in Benton Park?
They are
yet?
not in. So when you go, you can enter in your zip code. When you go to their website, enter your
Right.
zip code and see where. But you know what? Again, they're local guys.
Right.
Shoot them an email and be like, please
Yeah.
deliver
No.
to me.
There you
Pedal
go.
to my house.
Yeah.
All right, so Crushed Red and Food Peddler, two
Yes.
of the great new things going on here in St. Louis.
Yes.
Anything? I got 1 minute. What's going on with Feast Magazine?
Well, right now, obviously the January issue just came out,
Right.
but I do want to say on January 23rd at the Science Center, beer lovers, Science on Tap. If you want to learn the science of beer, that is something that you do not want to miss. It is going to be super, super fun, and we're sponsoring it. So.
The Science of Beer.
Science of beer. I love the science of food. I mean, food isn't just about,
Yes.
like sexy chefs and all this kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of the fun part is finding out how it's made. So, yeah,
I
Science
suspect.
on Tap.
All right, there you go. Kat Neville with Feast Magazine, feastmagazine.com. You can